You either clicked on this video to learn how to draw eyes or to support me, or both. But before we get into this video is sponsored by my doggies. Now that I showed you where some of my money goes, this is what my eyes used to look like. Oh! But I mean, if you kind of look at it, it doesn't look that bad. Obviously, it could be worse, but it could be better. So draw along with me as we make better eyes. But first, find anything to draw on. And I mean anything. But first things first, let's draw some guidelines. Frost, you're so funny. Seriously, these guidelines are only here to help you draw my eyes. Well, not like my eyes, but like the eyes that I draw. So for the first step of better looking eyes, I want to draw these circle thingies. Hard, you just gotta make them look even. And also for my pens and papers out there, you're doing a good job. For my digital artists, do this on a separate layer. I'm gonna sit here and try to erase the little circles that you can see. Nope, we're not doing any of that. Now, from what I learned about drawing eyes, both of the eyes don't necessarily need to be the same size. They just need to look like they came from the same person, if that makes sense. But they also shouldn't be too far from the other eye when it comes to appearance wise. But these are my sunflower seeds. Now I only did it for this video, but I wanted to show you guys. I did check for the sides in between to make sure they're the same on both sides. Little trick from myself I'm probably never going to use again. Now, you want to erase the bottom part. Not too much, you want to leave a little room from the front and the back. The eyes that we're going to draw right here are like the chill eyes. I don't really care, just give me food eyes, you know? Stealing my mother's plate and not really caring because you didn't give me a plate kind of eyes, you know? Now it's time to add some pupils. Should not be complicated. If you want to go ahead and fill in the black, you can. Now it's time to add some of the wings on the side of the eyes. I don't really dig too deep into this stuff, only because it's not as noticeable as the eyelashes. Now during this stage, I would usually do the eyebrows before getting into any more detail. And honestly, I probably would never do a video on eyebrows because they're really easy. There's 2 sticks. You know, do the sides, you're set. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. I would like to apologize in advance because they're screen recorded on my iPad. And yeah, you saw that. You can actually see me go in and fill in the eyelashes myself, but it's okay. It is all right. Next is the line above the eye. I usually leave a space in between. I never really connect them. And honestly, I had to flip the canvas in order to do the other eye because it was not looking good. But yeah, add little lines in front of the eye and do one on the back. Now, usually when it comes to making my characters, I do a little shading below the eyebrow. This is something that I found on TikTok and I made a short video on trying it out. So I think I'm kind of gonna stick with it. Now for the eye color, I keep it very simple. I'm going to use this red to fill in the actual eye. And for those of you that are still watching, I appreciate you. And I want to be the first person to tell you that your hard work will pay off. Also, this highlighted thing that I did, so learned it from a TikTok's arts video. Would I suggest you go to TikTok for your art tips? I don't know. And never use white for, I think it's called the iris. No, it's called the sclera. And the arm of my chair broke. Looks like you guys got the first eye down. The only thing that's left is the highlights. Usually do it on the eye and beneath it. Just depends what looks good. I mean, it usually looks good, but do it based off of if you like the way it looks or not. Moving on to the second eye. Now these eyes are more like pellets on a flower. I'm gonna leave the inner side open. And it's okay if your eyes are taking a little longer than usual to actually do. This took me a minute. Now moving on to the actual eye itself. We're actually going to try to make a circle. I know one of the hardest things to do. Now this is the same problems as last time, and 4 lashes just popped out of nowhere, but you could see that I redid them and then put them back. And I would say lashes is one of the hard things about eyes, because they could either look too stiff or just look like they're in the wrong place or going in the wrong direction. And now we add the wing to the side. Now you're gonna do everything that you did on this side to the other side. I don't know what these things are that you're gonna see me do, but I usually just add them anyways because they look nice. And honestly, I felt a little dumb right here because I was fixing the eye and I was like, you're gonna fill it in anyway, so why does it matter? But let's do the under eyelashes, and then a line goes above and beneath. Now, because I'm showing you how I do my eyes, usually I put FB in the eyes. F indicating frost and B meaning book. And then adding a little highlight underneath. Now add your eyebrows and shadow underneath. And now it is time to color in the eyes. We're gonna follow the same steps from the eyes above. Now we're gonna slap it on a person. Starting off with the line in the middle because we want to make sure that no eye is pushing the other side. To do the same eye that I literally just did on this girl. Now I did use a reference, so this was a victim, but I will see you guys once I'm finished. My pens and papers out there, this is why it's important to have a lasso tool. You can get one by subscribing. And bam! I'm just joking. I'll show you guys how I put everything together. And here you go. If you like this video, please subscribe, share if you think it's helpful, and I will see you guys next week.